Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. For those of y'all who have been following this series, welcome back. And if you just clicked through this video, welcome. This is the most intense workout of this series, which is a good thing if y'all are looking for targeted core and abdominal work. So if y'all are ready, let's go ahead and get right into it. The good news is we are gonna be on the floor the whole time, but the good/bad news is that it's gonna be quite challenging. So either way, this is for all levels. I made sure I included every single one of y'all, wherever your levels may be. Optional set of light dumbbells. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're gonna go ahead and start on our seated position. Can you tell I'm so excited for this one? Because I love teaching core classes. All right, we're gonna go ahead. So level 1, bring your heels down. If you have the dumbbells, gonna be placed right here. Little tiny pulse down, little tiny pulse down. I should say kind of a medium pulse. It's not really that tiny, but I like to say tiny so it doesn't sound too much, but exhale back, inhale, recline forward. And again, the whole time you wanna make sure you're not rounding through the back, right? We're not doing one of these. Please do not do this. It's bad for your spine. We're not doing a spinal workout today. We're doing abdominals. So squeeze your upper back and recline back. And now for those of us, level 2 is bring your legs up off the floor. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, back up. All right, level 3 is extension. So bringing everything open and recline backwards and then bring yourself back into tall spine right here. Nice. All right, wherever you may be, let's go ahead and begin. So if you already know the drill, we target about 8 to 10 reps for each exercise. And we're making sure that we're doing as much work as we possibly can within these couple minutes that I have scheduled here. So I hope that you're enjoying this series. If you've never done one of my workouts, make sure to check out my other videos. And again, this was a series, so a yoga sculpt series, so make sure to check out the other videos. And let's go ahead, last 3 reps. Nice, deep inhales and exhales here. Nice, let's go ahead and do last one, coming up right here. One more. And let's go ahead and come down onto the floor. Now, for those of us who are already here, let's go ahead and hold palms facing up towards the sky, lifting your upper back and your legs off the floor. Now, if you're here and you're like, nope, absolutely not for my low back, we're gonna place your legs on the floor, reset the spine, bending into your knees and lifting a little bit higher, but making sure your navel is drawn into your spine here. So squeezing and lifting here. So wherever your level may be, we're holding for another 5 seconds. Nice deep inhales and exhales here. 2, 1, and go ahead and bring those knees in towards you and wrap your arms around your knees here. Let's go ahead and do nice big circle, one direction, and then alternate the direction to the other side. So just gently rolling out your back, rolling out those hips for just a moment before we come back into another exercise. Nice. Awesome work here. Taking these little tiny quiet stretching moments to reset the body from all the hard work. Nice. All right, whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and come back into our side plank series. So if you know me, I love my side planks. Why? Because we're working some lines that we don't usually work on a regular day-to-day basis. And also we're gonna be hitting transverse plane of motion, meaning we are strengthening in planes of motion that we traditionally do not work in as much compared to frontal and sagittal planes. So whenever you're ready, level 1, we're gonna go ahead and bring your knees down and we're gonna lift up from the hips and we're gonna be on our low plank position. So either with the dumbbells or without the dumbbells, lifting your arm up towards the sky. In this position, it's very easy to want to bring your shoulders down, so do not do this, right? Squeezing into your upper back, so we're lifting away the shoulder from the ear and squeezing from the hips up towards the sky with the obliques firing up here. Nice. If you have the weight, slight bend of those elbows here. We don't want to hyperextend those elbows so that your weights kind of take you everywhere. Slight bend so we have more control for the weights if you have them. Nice. From here, we're gonna go ahead and come into little tiny hip dips down. Inhale down, and then exhaling to lift up. Now, level 2 and level 3, we're coming back into our tall extension. So we're coming into a full plank. Inhale down, exhale up for level 2. Now, level 3, coming up onto your high plank or high side plank. Coming in here, staggered legs. Inhale down, exhaling to lift. Nice. So again, wherever you are, keep going. Nice deep inhales and exhales here. Last 4. Keep breathing through it. Nice. Awesome work here. Last 2. And last 1. Hold at the top. Now, for level 3, we're bringing up into stacked legs, staggered, stacked. And then from here, lift the top leg up. Hold right here. Level 2 and 3, back on your forearms. Stack the legs, lifting up and hold. Now level 1, knees together, up, top leg lifts up and hold. Wherever you are, keep breathing, keep holding for last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower those arms, lower those hips back down, and we're gonna switch to the other side. Awesome. All right. Again, minimal rest for this one, so you might feel a little somewhat of a challenge in cardiovascular as we transition. Great. All right, wherever you are, level 1, hip dips. Level 2, level 2. Got so excited for level 3. Nice. Keep going, y'all. And then level 3, back onto your wrists. Or your palms. Nice. And again, if you're flowing through this, and you can also mix and match, right? You can start off nice and strong in level 3. And if you feel like, ooh, my arms today, my wrists are not feeling it, you can always drop down to level 2 or level 1. Either way, the main goal is to keep breathing and keep moving. Last 2 reps in those little tiny hip dips right here. Last rep. And let's go ahead. Stack those legs here. Lifting, hold right here. Again, level 1 on your knees, level 2 in here, level 3 back on your palms in the high side plank. And see if you can lift the top leg as a challenge wherever level you are. And if you're in level 1, right, making sure to lift a little bit higher, hips a little bit higher for last 3, 2, 1, and let's go ahead and slowly rest. Awesome work, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and do a quick little cat-cow to release those upper back muscles and the spine. Just nice deep inhale forwards at your own comfortable pace. And exhale to release the head and the neck. Shake your head yes and no to release some more tension if you have a little bit more tension than anticipated. Nice. Resetting your body for my favorite series coming up right here. Sequence, I should say. It is a series, but my favorite exercise of them all. Kind of combining what we've done in this whole 7-day series. Nice. Looking good. Let's do 3 more at your own comfortable pace. Exhale, lift the spine up towards the sky. Navel draws in. And then inhale, chest release. Looking up towards the sky in the front. Nice. 2 more reps here, just like this. Nice work. Should feel so nice, especially after the side planks. And whenever you feel ready, let's go ahead and come back into our seated position. And if you have the dumbbells, let's go ahead and take those dumbbells away for just a moment. We are gonna be hitting, if you've been following, you already know the drill, but we're gonna be doing some hip pikes and some dolphin plank push-ups. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and interlace your hands here. Now, if any time, I know some people do not like the interlace because it can feel some type of way, especially when you're on the floor. So if you're one of those people, we're gonna just bring your palms down flat, all right? Either way, you're gonna feel it. It's still the same thing. I just prefer to keep my interlaced hands because it's a little bit easier to move through and to grip in the center. But again, everyone has their preferences, but it's gonna be the same way for the engagement, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and set up so that we are in our low plank position. And then from here, we're gonna come into level 1. We're gonna keep your knees down onto the floor, but we're gonna go ahead and bring your knees a little bit more behind. So we don't wanna be too high up here, right? Because right here, you'll notice you're not gonna feel anything. At the most, you might feel your low back, but we're not doing a low back exercise today. So we wanna make sure we step those knees back. So you're in that nice plank. So we can still be in a plank, but making sure your hips are not super high up because you're not gonna feel your plank here, your core here, and you don't wanna be right here, right? Because you're not gonna feel anything, and again, you're just doing a low back exercise at this point. So we wanna make sure they're in a nice neutral position, and here, squeezing firmly your knees down towards the floor, squeeze your elbows down on the floor at the same time. So activating through the knees and the elbows the whole time. And that's gonna be your plank, all right? So for those of us who are coming into full plank from here, just lifting those knees off the floor. And to make it harder, level 3, bring your knees and toes together completely. No space. All right, from here, lifting the hips up high. And again, if you're here, you're just coming into kind of like a child's pose, puppy pose situation. So lifting those hips nice and high. Exhale here. And then inhale. See if you can bring your upper body and your head towards the floor. Again, if it doesn't touch your knee to the floor, or their nose to the floor, no worries at all. The main thing here is to not force the movement, but simply just allowing yourself to come into a nice dolphin hip hike. Exhale here, and then inhale. See if you can touch your nose to the floor. But again, if you can't, just staying here at the top position. Nice, all right. Coming into a couple more reps here. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward, nice. And again, if you're on your knees, it's gonna look exactly the same, where you're just pushing your hips nice and high, and then coming into that nice plank. You can see if you can reach your nose to the floor. Nice, awesome work here. Collectively here, we have 4 more reps. Keep going, keep really feeling the engagement in the back, the core, all that good stuff here. Nice strong plank, nice. We have 2 more. Keep breathing through, you got this. Nice. Last one, coming up right here. And at the bottom, let's go ahead and hold. And if you're here at the knees, see if you can bring your knees off the floor. And if not, see if you can bring one leg up, hold in the half plank, one knee resets, hold, and then reset. But for those of us who are in our plank, still keep breathing through it. Making sure your hips are not high and your hips are not low. Keeping it nice in that neutral plank. If you need to reset your knees, feel free to reset them and then come back up. Nice work. We have last 3, 2, 1. And let's go ahead and widen those knees out wide. Bring your arms into a full extension. Hips down, arms down, and your forehead down if that feels comfortable. Into child's pose. Nice. Nice deep inhale through the nose and deep exhalation out through the mouth. Now, if you'd like to take an option and go a little bit deeper into those arm stretch, tricep stretch, bend through your elbows and coming into tricep stretch with the namaste, reverse namaste position with the tricep stretch here. Only if that feels good. If not, we're just coming into traditional child's pose. Nice, looking good. And taking a moment for yourself and thanking your body for the fun series that we just did. My favorite, Dolphin. Nice, you should feel strong, activated core by now. Nice, and let's take one last collective, full deep cycle of breath, really marinating into this stretch before we come into our last and final series. Nice, and whenever you feel ready on your next exhalation, let's go ahead and slowly come back and coming into our seated position. Now, if you do have the dumbbells, let's go ahead and bring back the dumbbells and coming back into our seated position. All right, we're gonna go ahead and come back into our transverse plane of motion. Now we're gonna go ahead and recline backwards. Again, weights are in the center if you have them. And level 1, we're bringing your feet on the floor, toes lifted, and see if you can recline a little bit more behind you so you can really feel it in your abdominals here. From here, we're gonna go ahead and twist one direction, exhale here, and then inhale in the center. Now for level 2, if you want to add on, or even level 1, if you want to add some shoulder work, extra credit in the center, lifting those arms up and then back into that side, and then lifting the arms up before switching and alternating to the other side. And then level 2 again, lifting the legs up, extra credit, optional. The main one is if you can just do the transverse plane, great for you. But this is for those of us who want a little bit more. You know, you're like, oh, this is easy. I want to do a little bit more, even body weight, a little bit more. See if you can recline a little bit more back behind you. For level 3 is extension and then back into side transverse. Nice. So level 3, boom, you have the dumbbells, still gonna look the same, boom, and boom. Nice. Wherever you are, keep breathing through it. Nice. Looking good. We have 4 more. I know. It's a little bit longer, but we're finishing up right here. This is it. Do you feel your core working yet? I got level 3. You're still here. Keep breathing through it. Nice. Looking good. We have last one right here on the other side. Last one. Nice. And that was one last one. Let's go ahead and rest for just a moment. Now, we get to remove the dumbbells if you were using the dumbbells. Coming back up into our reverse tabletop. Fingertips towards your buttocks. Level 1, bringing your knees in, bending, and then toes and heels on the floor. From here, lifting your hips up so that you hit a nice reverse tabletop position. And we're gonna go ahead and bring your hips, hover, do not put them down, hover off the floor, and then lift them up. Exhale here. The main thing here is do not bring those legs out, right? We don't wanna do this, right? This is not what we're doing. We're not doing an inner groin exercise. We're keeping those hips nice and neutral, kind of like when we do a glute bridge, right? But the only difference is now we're elevating your upper body so you really feel it in your core. Nice. And anytime you want to go ahead and rest those wrists for level 1, you can come down onto your elbows. Still do the same thing. It's not as full range as the one on the top with the palms, but you're still going to feel that core working and making sure you don't pull on the low back by squeezing your navel in towards your low back. So you don't pull from here, you pull from the forward position right here from the core. Nice. Level 2 and level 3. Extend those legs right here. Same positioning for the arms. Level 2, you can keep your feet a little bit in that wider stance, hip distance. Hips sinking down. Inhale here and lifting up. Level 3, bring your knees and toes together. Everything nice and high, zipped in the midline. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Nice. Looking good. Breathing deeply here, making sure you're not sinking your shoulders down towards your ears. You're keeping your shoulders away from those ears, and we're just moving from those hips. Nice, strong, reverse plank, tabletop. Nice. Looking good. We have last 2 reps. I know you feel it. Keep going. Keep breathing through it. Last one, hold right here. Now, walk the legs in, bend, hips up, walk the legs out. Nice. Whichever level you are, we're all collectively right here. Walking the legs out, walking the legs in, and making sure you're not hyperextending from the low back. You're still squeezing from the front line of the core muscle groups. And we're resetting every time. So you're not doing this right at the bottom or in the tabletop for the bent knees. We're keeping it nice and lifted the whole time. So you really keep on engaging into the core. Nice. I know you feel it. I'm starting to shake myself. Nice. That's how you know it's working. Nice. This is it. Last 2 reps. Keep going. Last and final push right here. Again, this is targeted core. Right? You didn't click this video to do a BS workout. You came here to work. Nice. Last one on the other side. Make this your best one today. Nice. Lift, hold in that reverse tabletop for last 3, 2, shoulders away from the ears. And let's go ahead and slowly sit back down onto the floor. And collectively, let's go ahead and reset into those hips, lifting the hips nice and high to make sure your hips are in line with that spine, tall spine here. Flex through the heels and the toes here. Nice deep inhale, reaching your fingertips and your crown of the head nice and long. Exhale, slowly, slowly bringing your fingertip down to meet your toes or your shins or your knees, wherever you are. The main thing here is you should start to feel a flexion, hip flexion through the hips. And rather, you're not curving from the back, right? We're doing the hips. Nice. Looking good. And your eye gaze should be looking down towards your shins or your toes or the floor, depending on which level you are here. But the main thing is here, just relax your head and the neck. Do not be looking upwards or sideways because that's gonna create a lot of tension in that neck area, which we do not want today. We wanna have a nice, deep release right here. Nice, and whenever you feel ready on your next exhalation, let's go ahead and recline back, our favorite pose ever. Nice, all right, we got a nice little cool down here, but we are gonna reset into the spine here. So it might feel quite intense for some of us, but the main thing here is to bring your palms down towards the floor. We're gonna go ahead and bend your knees in towards your chest or towards your midline. And for level one, we're just gonna hang out right here. Option for level one to do a happy baby. So you can go ahead and widen your knees out a little bit, and we're gonna reach those palms in the inside of your arches here today. So we're gonna go ahead and bring your elbows to push outwards gently. Do not open forcefully through the knees and the legs here in the groin, but just a gentle little tug outwards. So you really feel a nice stretch from the lower abdominals into the hips. And you can go ahead and extend through the leg that might be shaking a little bit from all the hard work, and then back into flexion. So you can go ahead and take this one, or you can rock side to side, or just hold it in a happy baby, whichever floats your boat. Level two, bringing your arms down, and then bringing your legs into extension, or a slight bend here, or even a tabletop, reverse recline tabletop here, and breathing deeply. Nice. And for level three, we're keeping those legs extended. And if you like to get a little bit deeper, you can feel free to thread the palms underneath your buttocks here to get a little bit of a release and see if you can lift the hips up. And option is to just come into halasana, which is plow. So bringing your toes to lift overhead, over your feet, over your head. I can't even talk. And bringing your hands interlaced and coming into deep extension for the spine, resetting the stance here and just relaxing here. But this is only optional. Again, do not forcefully put yourself in this position. And I want to highlight in halasana, a lot of people keep their toes lifted off the floor. That is really dangerous for the spine. So reminder, if you are coming into this pose, try to keep your toes down onto the floor and try to extend through the legs. It doesn't have to be super straight for the legs, but the idea here is to try to get this leg into extension as much as you can. So as you come into the toes here, just lifting through the knees to extend a little bit deeper. And for those of us who want to try to do this one and have never done it, do not just forcefully come in. I would highly recommend having a block, either in a tall position or a side position, to come into the half version, so resetting into half, but again, only optional if you want to take that today. The rest of my friends, we are here, or right here. Nice. Awesome work here, and this is great for blood flow as well because we are standing for most of our lives, and so you want to reset. You can do a little bit of ankle rolls if you'd like. If you're here, nice. And slowly, collectively, let's go ahead and bend back through the knees. If you're in halasana, bending into your knees before coming out, and slowly, slowly reclining our legs back down to the floor and coming into our neutral position. And let's take a windshield wiper here, side to side, breathing deeply. Nice. And last position, our last pose for today is gonna be our T-spine stretch. So a couple different options. I'm actually going to show the one that's a little bit deeper because we did a lot of work for the core. So we want to deeply release into the side, and just everything in the back as well. So for this one, we are gonna go ahead and bring your hands into a T or as much as you can. I have limited space. My hands are gonna eventually come onto my wall, but the idea here is to try to bring your hands into a T. If you have limited space like me, you can bring it a little bit lower than a T, kind of like in a reverse Y situation. From here, we're gonna go ahead and bring the right leg to bend, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring it over to the left leg that's extended. From here, option is to bring that left leg into a flexion and coming into this deep release for the spine, and then the head and the neck is going to be the reverse direction that your knees are bending, so in towards. So my left leg, my legs are on my left side, so my head is going to be just on the right side. And the main thing here is as you're bringing your head onto the other direction as your legs, main thing, check your shoulder on the same side of your legs. Is it down? If not, if this is lifted off the floor, your shoulder, you want to make sure to reset and bring your legs a little bit higher off the floor so that you're not doing this situation, right? The main thing here in this stretch to do it effectively is to keep that shoulder down. So the legs do not have to go as far, but this is key, especially when we're talking about T-spine, effectively releasing into this stretch. Nice. All right. We'll stay here for 5 more seconds. Nice deep inhales and exhales here. And let's go ahead and switch now to the other side. I hope y'all enjoyed this series. This has been such a great pleasure for me to come on here and post what I'm very, very passionate about. It's just a treat to be able to talk to y'all and be able to join you for your workout. I feel very honored to just be here with you because you chose your precious time to be here with me, so I do appreciate that. And as always, if y'all like these free workout content and videos, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and so that way I know what y'all like and I can post more of these here consistently. So I just need to know what y'all like and enjoy. So awesome. And we'll take one last nice deep inhale and exhale here, really marinating into this beautiful stretch and release. Nice. And let's go ahead on your next inhalation, unwinding in the legs. Come on to one side and staying here for just a moment. Giving yourself just a little quick moment and quiet space to lift up, or before you're lifting back up into your seated position. Whenever you feel ready, pressing into your palms, sitting back up, and coming into a quick little, not meditation, but a little quiet time for ourselves today. Closing into the eyes, pressing your shoulders away from those ears, and coming into a comfortable seated position, either crisscross or in a seated position or in a chair, whatever feels most comfortable. Relaxing the head and the neck, and just tuning in to your natural cycles of breath. Nice deep inhale through the nose, and deep exhalation out through the mouth here. Thanking your body for all of its hard work that it's done, not only in this workout, but throughout this week. Thanking yourself for being present with your body and being present with this workout today. The first step to working out and seeing results is showing up for yourself. So I'm so proud of you if you showed up for this workout today. And remember, if no one reminded you or told you, you're awesome. And with that, thank you so much for joining this workout today. And if you were joining this 7-day series, so proud of y'all. Or you can always rewatch them or watch them if you haven't joined in on all the fun. But anyways, until the next one, thank you so much, and namaste. Bye, y'all.